Alright, Schlockmeister fans, just once, everyone has to be a winner. It's Takedown. Look, there's Lorenzo Lamas and Marsha Brady. Let's watch. So the football team just got beat. They have a rivalry with a Rockville, nearby town. They haven't beaten them in 9 years at anything.
How are we going to get them?
Wrestling. You know, you are really crazy. Hey, come on, I'm serious, man. Basketball's a joke. Track's worse than football. Wrestling's our only chance.
Lorenzo Lamas plays Nick. He's taking care of his alcoholic father.
Go to sleep.
It might cost him graduating. He has to go to work for his father sometimes and miss school. Meanwhile, the boys plead to have a wrestling program.
You all know that Coach Redmond is leaving.
We don't need no coach. Bovich was a state champion before he moved here.
Sir.
That is WWE wrestler Max Payne.
Sport for 9 years.
Morning.
What meeting?
Edward Herman.
Haven't you talked to him?
About what?
He wants you to coach the wrestling team.
You try to make up the work. What happens to the work we're doing now? Do you realize you have a 54 average on your compositions? 54, that's failing. Yes, I know. You know that.
So not only has he have to coach the wrestling team, but he has to tell Nick that he's going to fail and flunk. So he's been roped into doing the wrestling team, so these are the introductions. He knows nothing about sports.
Are you our coach, Mr. Branish?
Nick's love interest, girlfriend, is Marsha Brady herself, Maureen McCormick.
You can just drop me off anywhere around here. Really, it's
Where do you live?
just down a ways.
What did they say, Nicky? About graduation?
They said no.
Trying to make weight as this wrestler, so he's on a steam pipe.
What are you doing up here?
Sweating down.
Sweating down?
I gotta lose 9 pounds.
Not too long up there, no-toe.
It's not that bad.
Kathleen Lloyd is his wife.
I think it's exciting.
Exciting? Do you know how dumb I'm going to look trying to coach them through an entire match? I'm supposed to be an instructor at Harvard, and I'm the wrestling coach of the Mingo Dingoes.
Trying to recruit Stephen first.
Yeah, I thought about it before then, but we didn't plan it. Look, I haven't weighed 185 pounds since I was 7 years old.
Pep talk time.
Winning is not the only thing. The main thing is to have fun. I guess.
So it's the first meet, and needless to say, his boys don't do too well. Stephen first was coaxed into joining the team, and he's immediately regretting it. Another pep talk the day after.
It is defeat
Which turns the bone to flint and the gristle to muscle and makes men invincible.
What is he talking about? He's talking about winning.
That's right. I am talking about winning.
So he tries to recruit Nick.
Well, anyway, well, Randy was only temporary, you see. Do you know Randy?
I'm ineligible.
Ineligible?
Yeah.
The kid he's threatening to
Well,
flunk.
you should know all about that. It was English that kept me from playing football, remember?
Yes. Well, I think we can do something about that, though. Sign you a locker and...
He gets Nick to join.
Nick, I wanted to thank you for coming out for the team.
Yeah, well, I ain't doing it for you.
Mr. Branish learned some things.
Oxygen's the key here. Okay.
All right. Like a bubble. A cleansing wash of relaxing thought.
The player had to take a dump in order to make weight.
Yes. Sit down.
And he's turning the program around. They start winning. Nick is the star.
Good job. Congratulations. You did well. You're good. You're really good.
So becomes a man.
So he trains with Nick and teaches him stuff.
But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. The tiger. The tiger.
Once more to the breach, dear friend.
The team plays some music during their match to pump themselves up.
You know you can't play that thing in here. Bruder, you know you can't play music during a match.
Well, now, we did wonder about that, but we can't find anything about it in here.
Nick, it's not about Cooper, it's about you. They're not going to let you graduate. You have to take English over again.
Frustrated, Nick takes it out on his opponent.
Hey, come on, cut it out.
And then the ref.
Ruins this sport. You're finished. You're through. You are finished.
You don't have to punch through. So, don't preach to me, huh? You just don't know what it's like.
You don't.
Hurt all of them just to punish me. Good night, Nick.
Apparently he got the school to waive the suspension. Time for the big match against Rockville.
Blew it, but I'd like this chance.
Not me, Nick. Them. They have to decide.
Decide? What are you all crazy? Look at these muscles, huh?
It's okay with me.
Nick's back. Except he's got to lose some weight fast.
You got an hour and 20 minutes to make weight.
I don't know. 3 pounds?
3.5.
Yeah.
So on to the steam pipes. This team really needs them out there. They aren't doing so well. But they're holding their own. When their tape recorder doesn't work for their music, Stephen first goes into action. And he does it. Nick has his match. If he wins, the whole team wins. Alright, let's talk about this movie called Takedown from 1979. It stars Lorenzo Lamas, Edward Herman, and Kathleen Lloyd. And Maureen McCormick, Marsha Brady herself. In fact, I just reviewed the movie Skate Town USA a few weeks back. Also came out in 1979 with Maureen McCormick. So anyway, what we got here is it's a story about this teacher at this high school, and they kind of recruit him to be the wrestling coach. He knows nothing about sports or coaching or anything, but he's the unlucky fellow, and he gets roped into this. So this wrestling squad is kind of a patchwork here. This particular school where they're at, they have a rivalry with this neighboring school called Rockville, and they have never beaten Rockville in like 9 years in anything, basketball, baseball, football, whatever. They just can't beat them. So one of the guys decides, hey, let's beat them at wrestling. Now this guy, this actor actually, his name is Daryl Peterson, and he actually was a real life professional wrestler named Max Payne. I think he was in the WWE and the WW or World Championship Wrestling. Anyway, he plays one of the characters here, and then Lorenzo Lamas plays Nick, and he's kind of this rough guy that they recruit. He's flunking out of school because he has to take care of his alcoholic father, and he has to actually go into work for him sometimes, so he misses some school. And the teacher who actually basically kind of flunks him is the one who now has to recruit him as a wrestling coach. He recruits him and says, hey, I'll help you out with your stuff, you help me with mine, and let's see if we can get something going here. So ultimately, the team is really sucky at first, but they get better and better. And of course, they have the big rivalry with Rockville at the end of this movie. The final match, Nick, Lorenzo Lamas, has to lose 3.5 pounds in 2 hours so he can make weight to wrestle. I think it was 185 was his weight, which he does by like sitting on this steam pipe for a couple hours. But he gets down, and of course, the final match, he ends up beating the guy, and they win. End of story, right? So it's just kind of like a, I don't know, overcoming obstacles type drama. So anyway, the movie itself, it's actually not bad. It's an hour and 50 minutes long. It's a little bit long if you ask me, but not available on DVD. This is a rip from a VHS that I made, a DVD-R here. Now, I can tell you that this movie, although obscure, it does have some renown amongst fans of high school wrestling. This is a film that they know about, and this is a film that they have been trying to track down for years. And for whatever reason, it's never been released on DVD. And now I was lucky enough to have the Unicorn VHS pre-recorded video of it that came out sometime in the early 80s or so. It's a big clamshell box. I'll leave a link to it down below on Amazon if you're looking for it, but I think right now they're sold out, and it's a hard to find movie. It's pretty rare, but actually it's not a bad film. Stephen Furst also is in this as well. So anyway, that's pretty much it for Takedown. Yeah, it's a decent movie if you can track it down. So let me know what you think about it. Has anybody else seen this movie besides me? Allegedly this used to play on cable back in the early 80s, even before I had cable, because I know it's never played from 1982 on, at least from March of 82 on, it was never on, so who knows. But anyway, check it out. Takedown, decent film. Watch it. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.